Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hit songs that were recorded live in concert.
I wish I was like you. Easily amused.
For this list, we're looking at popular songs from artists' back catalogs that were recorded live during performances. What live recordings are you partial to? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, An American Trilogy, Elvis Presley. The king of rock and roll certainly knew a great song when he heard one. He was equally great at making them his own. Elvis's performance of Suspicious Minds from the Aloha from Hawaii via satellite concert was one of those instances, as was his version of An American Trilogy from the same show.
Look away, look away, Dixieland.
Presley had long been including this medley from songwriter Mickey Newberry in his shows, but the version recorded on this night shot all the way to number 8 on the UK singles chart.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
The performance itself possesses all the bravado, pomp, and circumstance you'd expect from Elvis, not to mention a style and rhinestone-studded jumpsuit. Hail to the king, baby. Number 9, Baby I Love Your Way, Peter Frampton. There are few album covers out there as indicative of a decade as Peter Frampton's Frampton Comes Alive.
Shadows grow so long before my eyes.
From Frampton's curly mop of hair and come hither stare to the soft focus photography and white typeface, this live album helped define the 70s. And good thing too, because Peter Frampton's solo career hadn't been going too well after leaving the hard rocker group Humble Pie.
There she is again, watch her stop the rain, sweeten its tracks.
Frampton Comes Alive changed all that, selling over 8 million copies in the US alone. This was thanks to the strength of songs like Do You Feel Like We Do, Show Me the Way, and especially Baby I Love Your Way. Frampton's delivery is the sound of the soft rock 70s. Number 8, Everlong, Foo Fighters. When was the last time a song appeared more than once on a greatest hits album? Well, Foo Fighters fans thought Everlong was so nice, they wanted it twice.
Hello, I've waited here for you.
And so that's what they got on the Foo Fighters 2009 Greatest Hits package. This was due to the popularity behind an impromptu acoustic performance of Everlong by Dave Grohl on The Howard Stern Show, stripping down the song to its basic essence.
And I wonder when I sing along with you.
Considering it was unplanned, the execution and sound quality are surprisingly great. So it's no surprise that it quickly gained traction with Foo Fighters fans. The band even took to performing Everlong acoustically on tour, continuing to acknowledge both versions today.
The only thing I'll ever ask of you, gotta promise not to stop when I say when.
And for that, we thank them. Number 7, Comfortably Numb, Pink Floyd. Classic rock fans don't need to be told how brilliant David Gilmour's solos are on Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb. They're the stuff of legend. The band's final tour in 1994 for the Division Bell was broadcast on pay-per-view and later released as a live package titled Pulse. Here, Comfortably Numb goes beyond prog rock, beyond psychedelia, and heads straight into a religious experience.
Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me.
This live version was almost twice as long and featured extended soloing from Gilmour. Honestly, the guitar legend could have continued playing for another hour, and we wouldn't have complained one bit. Number 6, Better Man, Pearl Jam. You know that you've connected with the audience when a sold-out Madison Square Garden sings your lyrics back to you.
Waiting, watching.
That's what happened to Pearl Jam when they performed their hit Better Man to an appreciative crowd that knew every word. It's the sort of magical experience every musician dreams of, and Pearl Jam lived it on this night. The audience was all too happy to share that energy and give it back to the band. When the song finally kicks in, the rocked-out, excitable nature of Pearl Jam's playing is on full display, making it a truly iconic moment. Oh, to be there live. Number 5, I Want You to Want Me, Cheap Trick. I Want You to Want Me is a staple of classic rock radio. It's also one of the only times you'll hear the live performance of a song played over the studio version nearly every single time. That's because Cheap Trick's At Budokan is one of the shining stars of the live album medium, an example of a band's stage energy being captured on tape and pressed to vinyl. Cheap Trick's story was similar to Peter Frampton, in that their studio recordings weren't initially doing so well. But the sound of screaming fans, hard-edged guitars, and big-time melodic hooks turned Cheap Trick at Budokan into a certified phenomenon. The whole album is incredible, but the live version of I Want You to Want Me is simply lightning in a bottle. Number 4, Big Love, Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac fans were over the moon when the band's lineup during the Rumors era reunited in 1997 for an MTV special and live album titled The Dance.
Looking out for love in the night so still.
The resulting physical release turned out to be one of the highest-selling live albums of all time in the United States, thanks largely to the phenomenal performances by everyone involved. In particular, guitarist Lindsey Buckingham. The finger player's technique is on full display during the raw and blistering performance of Big Love, boasting an arrangement that's far different from the studio version found on the album Tango in the Night. Gone is the processed 80s production and the danceable rhythms. In its place is an intensely personal and mesmerizing one-man show. Simply amazing. Number 3, Rock and Roll All Night, Kiss. The odds are probably pretty good that you know Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss, even if you've never heard a studio album by the band.
You show us everything you've got. You keep on dancing and the room gets hot.
It's one of those rock radio staples that's played all the time, both the Dress to Kill studio performance and the version that officially broke the band. We're talking about Kiss Alive, a live album that's largely regarded as one of the best of its kind.
Wanna rock and roll all night and party every day.
It's also continually cited as a turning point for Kiss's career. It's here where the energy of Rock and Roll All Night is transferred from the comparatively standard studio version into the high-octane anthem it's gone on to become for both the bands and their legions of fans. Number 2, All Apologies, Nirvana. The MTV Unplugged series led a number of bands to release some of the most defining albums of their careers. Nirvana was one of these groups.
What else should I be? All apologies.
When they stripped down their arrangements for music television, it resulted in the very popular rendition of All Apologies. Believe it or not, however, former frontman Kurt Cobain was reportedly not satisfied with the band's performance on this night, telling MTV that they had played that song a lot better before.
In the sun, I feel as one. In the sun.
This didn't stop fans from gravitating towards this moody acoustic version, though, thanks largely to the accompanying music video that made the rounds on MTV's daily rotation. No apologies necessary. Before we name our number one pick, there are some honorable mentions that definitely deserve some love. Respect, Aretha Franklin, live from the Fillmore West with Soul and Groove to spare.
R-E-S-P-C-T, and what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T, you can't tease me. Yeah,
Santa Claus is coming to town, Bruce Springsteen. We can all recite Bruce's banter by hearts. Fingertips Part 2, Stevie Wonder. Actually, make that little Stevie Wonder.
Clap your hands just a little bit louder. Clap your hands just a little bit louder.
She's Got Away, Billy Joel. We just love your story songs, Billy.
She's got a way about her. I don't know what it is.
Want more music content? WatchMojo produces an original podcast taking a behind-the-scenes look at all things music. The show provides authentic interviews with artists from all around the world, while also staying true to WatchMojo's roots with top 10 music banter thrown into the mix. What's the best advice Alice Cooper's ever given you? Looking back at the staying power, does it shock you?
No, we have naked pictures of the right people.
If you want exclusive interviews with award-winning artists, producers, singers, songwriters, check out Inner Sleeve.
Number 1, Folsom Prison Blues, Johnny Cash. All it takes is that iconic opening line, and you're there.
I hear the train a-coming, it's rolling around a bend.
At Folsom Prison, country legend Johnny Cash performed his classic Folsom Prison Blues for a raucous, incarcerated crowd that simply couldn't get enough. Cash thrived in the live arena and connected well with his audience. This could also be seen at San Quentin Prison with the live recording of another smash hit, A Boy Named Sue.
But the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue.
And sure, the studio version of Folsom Prison Blues was great, but the live performance simply took the song to another level. It also helped certify Johnny Cash as the king of country cool. No arguments here.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.